head sail on my boat is on a roller furling, and that means that it's not hanked on with individual hanks, and the leading edge of my sail has a tubing sewn into it, and that tubing goes up a solid track. The challenge with raising a sail like this on your own is that you have to line the tubing up with the entrance into the track, and what I have for that is a pre-feeder. I have a video that I did about a year ago maybe, or maybe longer, and it explains exactly how this pre-feeder works, but this makes it very easy and possible for me to hoist the Genoa by myself. The next sail to put up is the main. Before I can put the main up, the first thing I need to do is put in the battens. To insert the battens back into the mainsail, I don't need very many tools: a screwdriver, an Allen key, and this special stuffing stick. With the sail laying flat like this on the dock, I know the battens are going to run along the length of this, so I'll just have to start going down the sail and finding the pockets, and I can see one right there, and I'll start inserting the battens. So you can see this is the leading edge of the batten. There's a little pocket here that I need to open up. Then the batten will slide into this pocket here to the end. I'm not sure if you can see that, but the battens are all labeled. So number 1, top. So the first thing you do is take this screw out. I've already taken it out most of the way. Then you slide the cover off and slide the batten in. I need to get the end of this batten into this little sleeve there, so I'll pull that up. And it's a little snug. There it goes, slid in there. Close it. Now I'll put the cover back on. Put the screw back in. There, and now the Allen key can be inserted in the top here, and that little arm that I slid the end of the batten into, you can see, I don't know if you can see, there's a bunch of numbers here that just shows what setting it's on, but I can start turning the Allen key and it actually will put more tension on the, or more pressure on the batten to stiffen it up so you get more bend into it. So I can make that quite stiff so there's a bit more bend all the time, or I can loosen it off, but I just get it a little bit snug. I've just inserted the first batten and it was the shortest, and then when you look at the rest, you would think that they would go from shortest to longest, but they don't. Actually, that long batten is the second one down from the top, and you can see the pocket right there, and it has the same front end adjustment and plastic pocket that it goes into. These are the only two battens that have this at the leading edge. The other two just are inserted from the other edge of the sail, the back edge of it. So it's the same thing with this one. Just take the screw out. Slide the cover off. Slide this in, same way as the top one. Lift that up, insert it, snap it back down, put the cover back on, put the screw back in to hold the cover on. And then that's sitting fairly loose in there, so I want to snug that up using the Allen key. I'm not sure if you can see it actually moving on the numbers there, so that's creating more tension on it. That seems pretty snug. There, let's get on to the last two. So like I mentioned, the first two are inserted from the leading edge of the sail, and the last two are inserted from the opposite edge. This is where the little tool comes in that I was mentioning earlier, and you'll notice this piece of material here is fuzzy, so that's the fuzzy side of the Velcro, and right in between this red layer and this other outer layer is the hook side of Velcro in there. So it's not inside where the batten is, it's an extra layer here. And I need to get this all the way in there to hold the batten in at the end here. So how I do that is I grab the string at the end of this, I start working it into there. So I've got it started. You have to keep some tension on this string, and you just push it in and pull it out, and there you go. That's not going to come out now, and when I want to pull it out later, I just give this piece of string a tug and out will come the little piece of material. So one more batten and then I'm ready to hoist. This last batten is the same as the one we just did. So again, I just slide it in. Once I know it's in there all the way, I'm going to do the same thing with this piece of material with the fuzzy side. But I do the exact same thing. I want to get it started. That layer between the outer layer and that red fabric. I just stick this right on top of the strapping. I push it in, pull that out, and there you go. So when I'm ready to take that out later, I just give that a tug and it'll all come out. And that's it. I'm ready to start getting this set up on the boom and the mast. It's pretty simple to get the sails back up, and the reason I want them back up, it's the new year, and maybe I'll go sailing soon. That's the plan. I don't know when exactly, but I'm hoping to do something in the near future. And the way you saw me flake it afterwards, that's not a proper way to flake it well, but it's getting late, it's getting a bit cold out, and I just wanted to get it down and tie it off in a couple spots. Tomorrow I'll go back out and I'll flake it properly and I'll put the cover on and get it all put away better. But that's it. The sails are back on, the Christmas lights are down, and I'm going to go in and get warmed up.